In this video we're going to be having a look at the mid-row door on a 110. Faults, what's wrong with them, how to strip them down. But first of all we're going to do a little intro and find out what's wrong with it. Whether the window goes down, whether it latches, general stuff. Alright, so let's set this camera up. As you can see, we've already got the front door done. It's okay, it's not the perfect door, but it's a door and the window winds up and down. So what we're going to do now is move on to this middle door and see what's wrong with it. And again, this is real time. I'm not going to edit this, I'm not going to fake it or anything. Well, I might miss boring bits out, but well, we'll see how it goes. First of all, we're going to see if the window goes down. Success. Now, this is the limit of window travel in the 110s. We won't go any further because of the angle of the door here. And then we're going to give it a rattle. Good. Next thing, the shut-in test. It shuts. Does it open? Yes. Does it open from the inside? Yes. Does it lock? Yes. Does it lock? Does it open from the inside with a lock on? No. So that means this door's working. It's a bit stiff on the catch, but anyway. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull this door to pieces. It's exactly the same as the front door, but I want to show you inside and show you one of the things that can go wrong. These door handles here are supposed to have a little cover. It's actually one piece moulded, but it's been on and off that many times that they've lost the bits, and I haven't got any, so it doesn't really matter. So there's that bit off. You can see the scutchion's missing. This is missing because I took it off to put on the front. And now we'll use our little picker to take off the spring. Push the card in. Same as the front. Now the 200 TDIs and other cars had a bolt going through there, which is a lot better than this damned idea. I don't like that. Anyway, so now we can have a look around and see if there's any screws. Oh. No. So every single fir tree piece is missing. Every single one. It's a pity really, because it's not a bad card. But what I'm going to do with it, I'm going to paint it, same as we did the other one. I've seen it's such a beautiful day, it'll dry really quick. So what can we observe? Well, let's have a little zoomette. I always get this wrong way around. Here, there we go. There, that should do it. This door hasn't really been buggered about with. You can see this plastic trim here, this channel. Well, Land Rover knew that the doors were going to leak. They knew it. So what they did was, so any water coming down, instead of coming down this way and leaking into the car because of this mechanism, they put a plastic channel in here, so all the water would go inside this door frame at the bottom, and then there's one hole here. These have been patched up and what have you. They're okay, they're nothing fantastic. But that's about it. Now I'm looking at the latch. Oh my goodness gracious me, is it? Goodness gracious me. We're going to take this to pieces because the latch is on its last legs. So let me show you how you do that. Let me see if I can remember how we do it. So we need a 10mm spanner. And we need the needle nose pliers, because the lock mechanism here, let's see if we can see that, the lock mechanism here is on the opposite end on the front door. The front door's here, so it's a direct connection. But what they do here is they put two bell cranks, and a bell crank is a 90-degree pivot. So they put one here and one here to transfer the motion for this shaft here. So we're going to undo those clips. Clip 1. Clip 2. Oh. There we go, real time. Oh, there we go. Now, it's important that we don't lose these bits. You know, these little cranks and things like this. Don't tread them into the ground and lose them. So that's off, and then we've got to undo, just like the front door, we've got to undo this interior pull handle catch. Now, you can't see it, but oh, there it goes again. This little clip for this rod here, I'll show you when we put it back together. I'll show you how we do it. And then you push that to one side, and now we can get our 10mm socket and start to take this card off. Now the left and the right is exactly the same, so I'm not going to do all, I'm going to look at all 4 doors. I'm quite surprised that the rails and the runners are good. That's a surprise. Look at this one. This screw here isn't even in. It's just sort of half-arsed in. Now, I'm really glad that we don't have to reseal all the door, because they are a pain. I'm going to show you when we drop this out. What they're like. No spring washers, nothing, nada. You can see why they left this one. I think we'll have to run a tap down this thread. Whoa. It could be rust. Who knows? Yeah, it's rust. So that's that off. Last one here. Naturally, I forgot my pump wedge. Let me go and get it. So I got my pump wedge in place, and now at the bottom here there are 2 8mm headed bolts holding the window in. And take those off. One. Many times when you get problems with the doors and they're all rusted up or the runners are buggered up, these little plastic mounts that go on the glass break, they're only glued on, they're nothing fantastic, but as you can see with this one, it's actually coming off. They haven't glued it on properly. I'll show you in a minute. I think the glass has broke before, because that's silicone, that's not urethane. So we'll have to buy a tube of urethane. Now we're going to push the glass up, because we don't want to take the glass out from this. There. I'll pump wedged it up so the glass won't fall on our fingers. Take this last bolt out, and that Come out. Why won't it come out? Oh, I see. The mechanism here catches behind here. Alright, so that's that out. There's the bell cranks I was talking about. You can see if I move one, it makes it move. They're all not this is not too bad, this isn't too bad. That hasn't broken, so that's good. But I'm going to replace the latch. So it's exactly the same as the front door. I'm going to take the clips out for the push button. And then got to get the big screwdriver and take the latch out. Same idea as the front. There's one coming out. Oh, I see. Somebody's put smaller screws in. Or should I say, different Phillips heads. There we go. There's so much filler in it, the screw won't move. The paint and rubbish. There we go. Now, you can see this. I think this has caught on fire when they've been welding it. Because look at this, it's all sort of charred. And if you notice, there's no plastic there. This is what it should look like before and after. So I'm going to put these on, but let's have a look around. Take the camera off the stand and let's have a look inside the door. We can see here where this is all rusted out. This is typical of a Land Rover door. See, all that's gone. It's got holes up here, been welded there, look. Now what I wanted to draw your attention to, apart from all the rust and stuff like this, is how do you get the glass out? I've been asked this a few times, how the hell do you get the glass out? Well, you can see there's a screw sticking through the runner there and there. So, and should be one at the bottom, well that's missing. But you've got to take the glass out first. This glass comes out first. So you take this piece off here and you take off the weather stripping on the outside. Usually drop the glass out, pull it down. Now you've got to take this off as well, unfortunately, and this is bonded on with silicone or urethane. You've got to take that off. Now in the bottom here should be a screw. Well, you can probably see the remains of it down there. So this off, screws off here, drop the glass out. It comes out really easy. But a lot of people get confused how you get this piece out, this piece of glass. Well, again, you take these two screws out and take this runner out of here, this guide, and up here there is a screw, and it goes underneath here. There's an L-shaped bracket that goes this way, and it's hidden, and a lot of people get fooled by this. And also here there is a steel bracket underneath. I think it's rusted out. But it's in and somebody's put silicone around it to stop it dropping. This is why doors can get very expensive to rebuild, because there's so much that can go wrong. But you know what I'm trying to say, that if you see a door that looks really nice on the outside, you think, oh yeah, look at that, what a great door, oh that's super, I'll have that. Then you look at it inside and you think, oh dear, I wish I never bought it. So to get the glass out, take those 2 screws out, take this runner out of here, get to the top screw up there, and that will come out, making this, there's a aluminium, or is it steel? This piece here anyway, it drops down, it's the same piece, it's a guide, and then that will pull out the way, then you can get your glass out, really easy. But again, we're not going to do that on this job, but we're going to replace this latch here. That screw is now on the floor, put that in my pocket. But what we want to do is make this safe, because we want to make sure that that door is going to open. This handle, well, what can we say? It's finished and I haven't got another one. The spring has come unsprung. Maybe I can pull that up. No, I can't. It's just rusted out. I'll have a look and see if I've got another one. I doubt it. Right, let's put the lock in. Before we put the latch mechanism in, we're going to have a look around the old one and compare it to the new one, or the replacement one, when I get it the right way around, and see what's missing. Well, see, there's the plastic cover, being burnt off somehow. Anyway, we can see here there's a little adjustable bar for the push button, door push button, that's missing, so we've got to take that split pin out of there and put that piece over. We can see also that, you know, that's another reason why these doors fail. When I took this to bits, a clip broke, and you can see it's supposed to go in here, whereas this is the proper clip. They're the good ones, so I'm going to swap those bits over, then we can put this latch on. Another sign that this door's been tampered with, highly unusual, I know, but anyway, this piece is I use this as a template to make new ones, but in this case the window's glued in, and well, the door's past its sell by date, but this goes here, like that, and it diverts any water down into the gutter instead of hitting the latch mechanism. As you can see, it gets rusted out, the door's rusted out. It's really such a bad idea. Now, what have I found? Well, I've got a handle. I found a handle that's probably usable, and it is for the front door because it's where it's had the key. But this one has got a blanking here. If you can see there, it's got a blanking plug. But we're missing here the insert. It's got the insert in here, but these are always coming out. They're really, really a bad idea, but they're cheap. And this one works, look. It's got the spring in. So rather than taking this mechanism off and putting it onto there, I'm going to take the 2 screws out of here that holds the handle on. So there's a screw here and a screw there. I'm going to see if the insert will screw back in. I know it's a bit shady, but well, let's see. We've got nothing to lose.